our training and policy conference weekend is drawn to a close. So how are you feeling? How do you think we did here this weekend?
Well, as unbiased as I'm not, I think fantastic. Why do I say that? We had two broad goals coming in. One was to get a lot of people who are progressive, social democrat, more broadly defined progressive people, to come together to talk about important ideas, whether it's on the environment or job creation or inequality. And that succeeded in spades. That produced great exchanges, frequently from people who had similar values but had never encountered each other before. So that was good. They made contact with each other, they follow up on, and they produced some concrete ideas in each of these areas.
Yeah.
The other, it was a training session for young activists. It was the first day of the summit, where I ran into some people who actually attended the session and they hadn't encountered anything like that before. So it was a new experience for many people, generated some new ideas, and I think will produce some good activists for social reform. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a logistical challenge for us because the numbers kept growing throughout the weekend. So we kept having to add chairs. We ended up with over 600.
Over 600 people.
Over 600 people. It was fantastic. And we're here on the Sunday, the third day, and I was a little bit worried we got a drop off in participation today, but no. I mean, everybody's back this morning, raring to go.
Raring to go.
And still a great energy in the room.
And the other thing I would add is the principal speakers. I mean, I'll just mention two. The former Prime Minister of Australia made a fine speech, and then a wonderful, candid interview that everybody was there for. That's Julia Gillard, of course. And then Mariana Mazzucato, this dynamic, innovative thinker about the role of the state in not just in redistributive policies, as important as they are, but in creative innovation in science and technology and job creation. She was dynamic and she inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, very fresh thinking, I think. I had a lot of people come up to me and say, I never really thought about that. I've never thought of those issues in that way before.
Exactly.
And I think really, so moving forward for the Institute and moving forward for the 600 some odd participants here, I mean, what do you think the tangible next steps are coming out of this weekend?
There are a couple of things. We have to, as an Institute, get some thought how we get beyond this past weekend. A lot of the information, new ideas that came in on, say, jobs in the economy. As we're doing this interview, I just left a very stimulating session with 4 or 5 different panelists, came up with some very good ideas. So we have to, as an institute, give it some thought, how do we get those ideas now spread out over the next months to more people all across Canada. The other thing I think is a good conclusion for us is that this has to be an annual event.
I think so. Yeah.
That the people who came here liked it very much. They're going home, I think, energized. Yeah. And we as an institute, I think, have an obligation to say, yes, once a year we're going to have a big conference modeled really on this experience.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of people come up to me saying they assume that we're going to organize something like this time next year. And I've said yes, so we're
on track.
We're on track, and we're going to get moving.
Terrific.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.